Ellie, I'm not going unseen, okay? Get over it.
Why not?
Okay.
But look, I'm wearing the shirt.
Ellie, see?
It automatically means we're going clubbing.
In Israel, maybe. Not here.
Well, I'm bringing the shirt, so it's one of the few things I'm not purging. And that's what we're going to talk about today. People have been asking us whether we're taking our lift, which is a storage container full of all our stuff, and bringing it to Israel, or are we just selling everything or storing it here in LA? And we've actually decided to not take a lift. We've decided to store what we can and purge as much as we can. That's like our motto right now. So like things like our wedding album and family photos and heirlooms we're throwing out, and like things...
What? Throwing out? You mean saving?
It happens to be we're going to be doing a soft landing approach to Israel, and what I mean by that is, luckily for us, and this is a rare exception, and we're very grateful and really happy that this is happening, my parents offered us the opportunity to start in their vacant apartment for the time being as they look for a tenant in Bayit Vagan. So we took them up on the offer. We registered our kids in that neighborhood, and if we get kicked out, that's 100% fine.
I'll change the locks. It's not fine. Don't
either
listen to him.
Either way, we'll make sure it works, and we've registered our kids there for school, so we obviously have to stick around at least for a year. But either way, even if we don't stay there, the research that we did in the past few years since we've traveled to Israel and the people we've met has been that we've seen a lot of reasons to not take a lift regardless, and that's what we're going to try to talk about real quick.
So a lot of times people move to Israel, and it's really hard. You don't know what community to move to, especially when you're living in America. Even if you visit communities on a pilot trip or on vacation or something, it's completely different, and you're not going to get a good scope of all the other communities that are out there. So
yeah.
a lot of things we hear is, move here, and then you're going to figure out where you want to live. And so a lot of times people move to Israel, and then in 2 years they find out about more communities they visit, and then they make a more permanent decision about where they want to live. So instead of schlepping our stuff from here and then to there, we'd rather just, maybe buy simple furniture or secondhand furniture.
Yep.
And, do it that way. And that way we don't feel like such a big, monetary, I guess, weight on our shoulders. And also we don't feel so connected to the furniture that we need to take it all with us.
Yeah. And then the other thing that we've seen, it's a bit of a downer, but they have a high statistic of people that actually move back from Israel back to wherever they're from. Mm-hmm. We have close friends that he told me he paid for a lift from America to Israel, and that was about an $8,000 to $10,000 burden.
Wow.
And then they lived in Israel for a few years, and it didn't work out. They came back, and they had to bring another lift to bring back their stuff, and they paid another, again, $8,000 to $10,000. So
it's really hard.
Yeah,
so
it's not worth it.
So we're just gonna see what it's like without the lift, and then once we find our permanent place and we're settling, and even then there's no promises, we then probably would send a lift.
Yeah, and also the thing we don't realize, like, we come from America where you have a bigger home and there's more space. Mm-hmm. Everything in Israel is tiny. Like in the apartment that we're living in, I think like the bedrooms are like 8 feet by 8 feet.
It's good for beds and beds only.
It's literally just like a bed that you can put there, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's a different mindset. And also, actually, I found out the furniture that they sell in Israel is smaller. Like the couch size is smaller in Israel because it fits Israel size apartment. So like you're like, okay, I'm gonna bring my American size couch, and oh no, it takes up the entire room. Like
yeah.
What are you gonna do when that happens?
Yeah.
So
and we've seen like people with like weird big boxy furniture, and we're like,
right.
Oh, you brought your stuff from America.
So people tell us, don't leave your couches, don't bring that, it's just too big. And not everyone knows where they're going to live before they move, so it's hard to even measure out a space. So
yeah. And then another thing we found when we were meeting people on our pilot trip, in every city that we were in, the people we met either were starting there or moved from another city. Mm-hmm. Because people are transient. Like in Israel, like there are so many neighborhoods. Like it's like you don't know where you want to live until you find out what it is that you like about the Israel communities.
Which is really awesome because, like, a lot of times when you live in the States, there's like, okay, there's a few communities you're really just, you know, granted with 3 or that's it, or 2. So it's nice you get to have so many to choose from, but you just need to wait till you get there to see what that community is going to be for you.
And then once we get closer to finding where we want to live and how we want to be there, then we're going to bring a lift. And honestly, a lot of people who have moved to Israel or people we know have been agreeing with this mindset of wait it out because A, you don't know for certain that you're going to be living there forever and it's just a reality you have to accept. B, you don't know what community you're going to be living in, so you might as well know where you're going to live first. And C, your furniture might not even fit.
Yeah.
And like you just wasted all this time and effort to bring all this furniture, and everything is stone in Israel. So
Right.
like,
and
if
your
you have
taste changes, you know? So it's a good reason to redecorate, you know?
yeah, this is true. So,
Alrighty.
signing off till the next one,
Yeah.
I guess, and we are getting closer to our Aliyah date. So
Crazy.
it's really starting to kind of sink in.
Yeah, it's exciting, but scary.
Yeah, and we've got some really cool news about other things that went on in our lives.
Stay tuned.